Okay.
Hey, you guys got music in the beginning, right?
Yeah, just count us in.
Hello?
Can you guys hear us?
Okay.
Okay.
Good afternoon. It's the top of the hour, and I'm Brendan DeAngelis here with Kendall Burke for today's edition of LTCC News. Our top story is a gas explosion in nearby Wappingers Falls. A gas explosion that sent 2 men to the hospital Monday morning is now under investigation by the state police. The explosion occurred at a residence in Wappingers Falls at around 3:30 that afternoon. First Assistant Fire Chief Tony Marquez quotes,
Fire inspectors here now. We're going to investigate a little more. Both exterior walls blew out. Apparently, someone disconnected a line to the propane tank, and that's what we're looking at right now.
The men allegedly were moving a gas stove connected to a large propane tank while they were laying tile. Gas is believed to have filled the home and combusted while the two were inside. The 2 men were sent to a local hospital for medical treatment, but the cabin's walls were completely destroyed.
In honor of fallen detective John Falcone, the Poughkeepsie Police Department and Fraternal Order of Police will be holding a blood drive in his memory. Detective Falcone was killed in the line of duty 4 years ago during a domestic violence incident on Main Street in the city of Poughkeepsie. The drive is to be held next Monday at the Italian Community Center in Poughkeepsie from 1 to 7 p.m.
The 2015 Austin Marathon and Half Marathon saw thousands of runners cross over the finish line this weekend. However, for one runner, stepping over the finish line was not an option. Yvonne Nagetic of Kenya led the way for the elite woman at the 23-mile mark when her body suddenly gave out. Race volunteers came to her aid with a wheelchair. However, Nagetic refused. She began an exhausting crawl on her hands and knees until she made it to the end. Race officials plan on adjusting the prize money so she will receive the equivalent to what she would have gotten if she came in second.
Mars One, the group that plans to send humans on a one-way trip to Mars, has announced its final 100 candidates. The 100 were selected from a list of 200,000 applicants. The plan is for eventually 24 people to be selected to make up 6 groups of 4, which Mars One says they hope to launch to the Red Planet for every 2 years, starting in 2024, with the aim of starting a colony there. The 100 finalists include scientists and scholars, as well as those looking for the ultimate adventure. Here's biologist Chris Patel on CNN discussing reasons to travel to Mars.
Well, Allison, I think there are a lot of great reasons to go to Mars. If I had to choose one, I would say that it is that on Mars, we can answer scientific questions that we cannot answer directly on Earth, the most important of which is, are we alone in the solar system and the universe? Mars was
Stay
once a
tuned
warm,
after
wet
the
world,
break
a
as
lot
we
like
talk
Earth.
about the blockbuster movie 50 Shades of Grey and the upcoming Academy Awards. Good.
All right, good.
Perfect.
Okay.
Now, if we cut the Jimmy Fallon audio, I would just end on end best supporting roles.
Choose from an extensive selection of automobiles.
All right. 53.
Did we end up talking over the SOT?
What?
Oh, I guess it doesn't matter right now. Yeah,
All right.
count me in. Welcome back. I'm Kendall Burke here with Brendan DeAngelis for LTCC News. Before we talk Academy Awards, our top story now is President Obama's latest immigration plan. President Obama's executive action on immigration has been temporarily blocked by a federal judge in Texas. The action, blocked by United States District Judge Andrew Hannon, was also drawn opposition from 26 other states. The president took executive actions late last year to protect over 5 million undocumented immigrants from deportation. The Obama administration says the Justice Department is expected to appeal the decision. The White House issued a statement this past week.
Here's what they said this morning. The Department of Justice, legal scholars, immigration experts, and the District Court in Washington, D.C. have determined that the president's actions are well within his legal authority. And here's where they say, we think you're wrong, sir. The district court's decision wrongly prevents these lawful common sense policies from taking effect, and the Department of Justice has indicated it will appeal that decision.
President Barack Obama plans to name Joseph Clancy the new director of the Secret Service. Clancy had been serving as the interim director for the last 4 months and has been a visible presence around White House grounds and on the road with Obama, most recently his trip to India. Clancy was Obama's former chief of personal security, so that's why the president's choice was not much of a shock replacement to head the embattled agency.
The Justice Department is preparing a lawsuit against the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department over a pattern of racially discriminatory tactics used by officers. The lawsuit will go as planned unless the police department agrees to make changes on its own. Ferguson has been thrust in a nationwide debate over police taxes and race relations stemming from the Michael Brown shooting.
Are you ready? 1, 2,
That was Chef Robert Irvin at the Ulster Performing Arts Center in Kingston on Sunday for his show, Chef Robert Irvin Live. The show was centered around bringing people together over food. The restaurant Impossible Chef used surprise cooking challenges and random audience participation to put on an exciting show for his fans.
50 Shades of Grey heated up the box office this weekend, bringing in a record-breaking $94.4 million. The movie's earning raked in over $158 million internationally, as well. The adaptation of E.L. James's best-selling erotic novel was the largest opening weekend in history for a movie directed by a woman, beating out Catherine Harwick's Twilight.
Although 50 Shades of Grey has not been nominated for anything this year, the annual Academy Awards show will take place in Hollywood, California this Sunday, February 22nd. Movies that broke the box office this past year, such as American Sniper and The Imitation Game, will be nominated for the Best Picture. The 86th Annual Academy Awards will continue to honor cinematic achievements with nominations that include Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Supporting Roles.
That's all the time we have for today. I'm Kendall Burke alongside Brendan Evangelist. Thank you for tuning in and have a great day.